Well, that was kind of a useless thing to edit in when I'm only going to make one episode of this story arc. Hey guys, welcome back to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the Outdated Gen Z himself, and welcome to Season 2 of the Outdated Gen Z, where I'm just going to be talking about the original Super Mario Bros. Again. But anyways, since I'm not relevant to the retro gaming community, it looks like I'm going to have to stick with official emulation ports. I'm sorry, I promised myself I would not act like that in this series again. My first experience with the original Super Mario Bros. Happens to be on the Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, but not just any 3DS, the Mario Kart 7 2DS! Man, those were the days, getting eShop cards and buying Virtual Console games, wasting half of it on Pokemon Yellow. Now, what is a Super Mario Bros. And what do you do in it? Here's something I bet you can't believe. I found out about the warp zones without using the internet. And I grew up with the internet. Now, what's my honest opinion on this game? Well, it's good, just not the best in the entire world. Well, with that was the original Super Mario Bros. I just beat this game 4 times because of how short it is. And I just happen to know the route now. What better thing to do than beat the game for a 5th time? Hey everyone, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the Outdated Gen Z himself. And today, I'm going to be showing off what I currently have in my video game collection. Now thankfully, for me time traveling into the past, nothing got missing in the process. So I'm able to show you everything I currently have in my video game collection. Hey guys, welcome to the station. I'm your host, Gen. Hey everyone, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the Outdated Gen Z himself, and today I'm going to be talking about Angry Birds Trilogy for Wii U. Now this isn't the first time I decided to just talk about something really weird in my collection. I, talked about this. But yeah, I just wanted to mess around with my new HDMI capture card. So what better way to do that than talk about a really simple game? Now it's time for the ultimate test. Will I have a great time taking a shit with this collection?
Alright, this is about to be fire. Oh yeah, this is the Wii U, damn it.
But I'd say the best way to play on Wii U is by making it gamepad only, so then you don't get that weird zoom in thing. Because for some reason the Wii U gamepad just zooms in when there's stuff on the TV, so I just suggest playing it on gamepad. Even though the only downside is you have to be nearby a Wii U console still.
And with that was Angry Birds Trilogy. It's a cool little collection, including 3 random Angry Birds games. It's not the actual trilogy though, which kind of blows. Angry Birds 2 is still on mobile. How come Angry Birds 2 isn't on there? Oh yeah, the Wii U is discontinued. But yeah, I'm glad that it decided to go with the Wii U version. It's probably the best version as it's, there's a little touchscreen on the gamepad. Now, if you'll excuse me for 1 second. Hello, yes, I'd like to order a jump scare. No, I don't want a random killer coming into my house. Yes, I would like a misspelled rhythm game for Xbox 360. Hey everyone, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the Outdated Gen Z himself, and today I'm going to be talking about what I think could have saved the Wii U. It's basically just a few minor things that I think could have made the console sell well. And if Nintendo would have done these things, then 90% of the Switch's library wouldn't just be Wii U ports. Hey everyone, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, the Outdated Gen Z himself, and welcome to another installment of What? Reruns? This is an ongoing series where I talk about a topic I already mentioned, and this time it'll be the original Sonic the Hedgehog. But it's going to be really different compared to my WAGS review and the original Season 1 outdated Gen Z episode. I got a green screen! Imagine all the possibilities I can do with this thing!
Hi. I'm in Delaware.
And there's one thing that this version of my Sonic the Hedgehog topic won't be compared to the Season 1 Sonic the Hedgehog 1 topic. It's the famous scream. I'm gonna try to recreate it here, right now. Let's see what we got in this series next! Hey everyone, welcome back to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Dated.
Guess what?
Ah! Ah!
Rhythm games! Woo! Dying is one of the things I absolutely hate. It's fucking stupid. Anywho, hi again. I am Ethan, probably the person that you saw for like 5 seconds and looped into the reality of whatever the hell I am. Week 6. Oh god. Week 6 is the first of all where it had change in style, where it's now pixelated, which, hey, sure, why not? I'll take it. But the story of it is where boyfriend got gifted, like, a video game cartridge or something, where he put it into the TV and he got sucked into this game. Of all games, why did it have to be this? I'm not gonna say the name of the character because I don't want to be saying the name Senpai all the time. Interesting, where it actually has some dialogue for once. Where, if I'm correct, the first one says, just, hello, you're new, and also a new gentleman to be in here. Why not be in here and let's just sing to our heart's desire? Sounds like one of those Disney characters that just like in a musical but it's actually a horror film and doesn't know it. It's just worse than Mickey Mouse wagging his finger and dancing like a goofball. A dude with a weird haircut that looks like one of those ice cream haircuts. It just looks like an ice cream cone. The first song actually is just a standard song, but the second song is a little bit different because he's actually pissed off. And also a weird thing to note that the girls in the background are just terrifying, droopy, bloody eyes, or whatever the heck you want to call it. And then this man says, but this time I'll rip off your nuts right after your girlfriend finishes gargling mine. That's literally what he said. By God, who says that? See what I mean? The music's pretty good in this game, but it's just... This is new, I haven't heard this. Why she
Donkey Kong!
Oh! And now we wait. Insert Nintendo Land gameplay here. Now, next thing you want to do is not screw up the egg. Okay, so to crack an egg, all you have to do is just that. And then, if you want to get an egg on the pan, you just open it like that. Honestly, that's the best egg that I ever cracked. And yeah, the yolk's a little but don't worry about it. Insert more Nintendo Land gameplay here. And of course, the best cooking tool for a nice sunny side up egg is a spatula. But it's not done cooking yet. I'm done with Nintendo Land right now. Swap it out with Smash Bros. For Wii U. Listen to that nice sizzle. Oh yeah, and don't forget, make sure to talk to this cameraman right here. He's the GOAT and talk about Friday Night Funkin'. And with that, that's how you make yourself a nice sunny side up egg, except don't absolutely screw up the yolk like I did. Damn it!
Aw man, it's Halloween, but I don't have anything to talk about that's scary. I could talk about Luigi's Mansion, but I can't capture GameCube game footage right now. I got the perfect idea! And speaking of the music, what do I think of the music? Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm Yoshi, Data Gen Z himself. And today, I felt like being a little bit more relevant to the retro gaming community, and finally talk about a Nintendo 64 game. That isn't everyone's favorite Nintendo 64 game, Super Mario 64. I'm going to be talking about the original Smash Brothers. Now, every Smash Brothers that came after the first game, just each one after just upgraded after it. Like Super Smash Bros. Melee, they managed to cram a lot of content in 2 years since the original game. Brawl has the best story mode of all times, plus third-party characters. 3DS and Wii U was the first jump to a handheld, and the first Smash Bros. In HD. And Smash Ultimate is the ultimate Smash Bros. Game. Now that I talked about the stages, there's different settings you can mess around with in the versus battles. You want teams? You can do that. You want to have the items on or off? Why is the item switch unlockable? And other than that, you can check out the bios of every single character. You get to see Pikachu with a Pokedex entry, and Jigglypuff not having a Pokedex entry. Clearly Pikachu was a little bit rushed last minute. And finally, why is the sound test unlockable? Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Gen Z himself. And I'm done talking about flat Mario Karts. I want to talk about a Mario Kart that's not only real 3D, but a Mario Kart game that welcomes me. I found it! Now, like Super Mario Kart 64 can be pretty hard to get back into. Control-wise, the turning just feels a little bit off in this game, and the drifting is still just as useless, just like Super Mario Kart. Apparently you're supposed to get mini turbos when you pull them off properly, but I certainly didn't notice. And let's get this over with now. All the computers annoyingly rubber band no matter how many items you hit them with, and no matter how many speed boosts you have, they just always come crawling back up your bumper.
What the f***?
This is freaking incredible, but when you're with your friends, it's the greatest time ever with the crappy rubber banding. And if you're absolutely cracked at the game like me, you can show off and pull off the Rainbow Road shortcut.
Ha! F*** you!
F me? No, f you!
F*** you!
How dare you! Ah!
And then we got the battle mode. Oh god, the battle mode.
Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Data Gen Z himself. And look at what I got myself into. Not only am I sick,
I'm also going to be talking about LEGO Mario. Now this is sort of an interesting thing to look back on. It seems like that LEGO Mario sort of just died after when the LEGO Princess Peach came out and everybody just stopped caring. It seems like that it was at its peak at launch and maybe Luigi, but this thing is still really special to me. I have an entire table on it anyways, and I still come back to it every 6 months or so. And there's a lot of dust on it, so let's try to clear off this dust while I talk about LEGO Mario.
Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your outdated Gen Z himself, and this is it. I'm finally going to be talking about Sonic 3, Mario and Sonic of the Olympic Winter Games for Nintendo DS. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What the fuck? Holy crap, there's a Sega Genesis version? I sure hope that one's better. This is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Well, with that was Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's really, really good. But it's also really, really incomplete. If only that there was a second part to this game. The second part has to be better! There's Knuckles! This is Sonic and Knuckles. That's everything that Sonic 3 Knuckles has to offer. There is so much stuff you can do. Sure, yes, it requires to open up the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge and add more cartridges, but that's still a lot of stuff. They didn't have to go the extra mile to just allow Sonic and Knuckles to lock on with Sonic 2 and Sonic 1. They could have just said, oh, it only locks on with Sonic 3. Now you can just play the full experience of Sonic 3 in all of its glory. But no. Wow. But, with that, let's see what we got in this series next! No. It can't be. No. No! No! Now honestly, I thought that Nintendo Land here was gonna win, because I still think it's overall the better game. But Wii Sports came out on top. That proves how unbiased this series is gonna be. But, yeah! Wanna know what's been bugging me about this entire season of the Outdated Gen Z so far? The fact that I never completed the time travel arc. Sure, it would make sense to just make an entire episode of me searching for the future sign for the Sonic CD, so then I could finally time travel back to my normal time. But you know what? I'm done. I'm just gonna edit in the sign right here. I'm just gonna walk over to it. I'm gonna touch it, and then I'll finally be able to time travel back to my time. Well, I'm glad that the time travel arc is finally over. It's only a matter of time before I talk about this shitty game again. But it seems like everything around me seems a little bit of a lower quality. It's almost like that I'm gonna be talking about some older memes in some way. Son of a bitch. Now Sonic Drift 2, it's better than the first game, not graphics-wise. But now that I beat the game, I get to play as Luigi by pressing L, R, and A on the save file. Yes! Well, now that I beat the game, what can I do now? Holy shit, mini-games! And these mini-games are so great. Just open up the game, pop in, gamble away all your money. Now what is this matchup? Well, with that was round 2 of Wags' Game War. Honestly, I think Super Mario Bros. 2 definitely had to win here. Because I don't really like Lost Levels that much, I absolutely despise it. But I also despise Mario 2 as well, but not as much as the Lost Levels. Something's off here. Where are my glasses? Am I in a coma, and this is my dream? Oh, hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your OCO Data Gen Z himself, and well, since I know that I'm in a... I can do whatever I want! I can eat whenever I want and I won't ever get full. Wait, is that a good thing? I can get an imaginary girlfriend? Because that's never happened to you for real, you can't mentally imagine that. Son of a bitch. And then we got the classic spec leaks. Oh, the Switch 2 will have this. Oh, the Switch 2 will have that and that. Oh, the Switch 2 will be able to survive a 10-foot drop. Oh, the Switch 2 will have this fancy tech thingy. Oh, the Switch 2 will fuck your mom. Yeah, clearly I don't give a crap about these kinds of leaks because, clearly, new console, new stuff. Sure, it might be a little bit outdated in some cases because Nintendo's been behind on power ever since they decided to make the Wii have the same specs as the GameCube. But like, who cares? The people who want the Switch 2 to be able to run another version of Doom. But with most of these leaks that I've seen, other than those launch title leaks and anything game related, are just spec leaks. And that is lame, just like the shit I took in the middle of the night. Wait, if I'm in a coma, then that means I didn't actually take a dump in a toilet. I actually... Oh, son of a... They are both Minecraft! It doesn't matter! Even though that I like Java better, apparently, I still think it's Minecraft. I don't care if I was playing Bedrock. I don't care if the world generation is ass. It's still one of the greatest games of all time! Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your OCO Data Gen Z himself. And you know what? I could go for some nostalgia right about now. So you know what? I'm finally gonna take advantage of the fact that I'm in a... And I'll let my brain do two things at once. One part of my brain will drift through some nostalgic memories, while the other part of my brain will talk about one of the best sequels to a fighting game ever. So hey, check this out. It is so sad that we never got something like this ever again in Smash Brothers. Nothing's better than drifting through some memories.
My dream man has to be...
Yo, what's up, my guy?
Yo, wait, what? What are you doing here?
I mean, you made me in your mind by after doing that weird memory thing that's going on with you.
No, it isn't weird. I'm just taking advantage that I'm in this whole coma thing.
No, it's not that. Like, no, you're making these sentences right now.
Man, honestly, I'm getting pretty sick of this. I just want to be able to wake up.
Word.
Like, yeah, it's been cool having easy access to all my games to play, but it just doesn't feel the same, you know?
Word.
What the f*** does that mean?
Word.
That's it, yours.
Oh no!
Alright, I might as well talk about the stages.
Man, I'm dead.
Not anymore, you're not.
Wait, what? Wow, thanks. I'm still not a real person.
Wow, no problem. I'm still not awake. Well, with that was the Switch 2 announcement. Overall, it just looks like another Switch. But I am excited for this generation, though. I am speculating all about it anyways. But it just doesn't fully grab me yet, you know? It might be because I haven't seen too much of this console yet. But hopefully, the Nintendo Direct coming out on April 2nd presents something cool and new about this console other than, it's just the Switch, but better! Ow! Ugh! I sure hope I don't have to play a game that sounds like this! Ah! Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm Yoshio Data Gen Z himself, and this whole coma thing is becoming an absolute nightmare. I'm tired of being knocked out from a JPEG of Mario the Lost levels. The only thing that can make this worse is... Ah! Well, it's October of 2010, And 2D platformers are on the rise thanks to games like New Super Mario Bros. And Sonic wanted a taste of that too. Except he already had a taste of that. But no, we need to cash in on nostalgia here. What is a number that we never used in the Sonic franchise yet? Oh no, not this dark place again, and this time there's not even any cool memories.
Yeah, what's up, guys, my gang?
Wait, what are you doing back here again?
It's only the beginning.
I can barely handle this anymore. I just want to wake up and live without talking about such a bad game. Well, at least things can't get much worse, right? Right? Speaking of covering my ears, man, I need to cover my ears when I play Sonic 4. Man, this music is so bad. It's so ass. Man, I'm just going absolutely wild right now. I just have the sudden urge to do a toe cover of Open Your Heart from Sonic Adventure. But you know what? I just need to calm down a little bit. I feel a little bit better now. Now I don't have the urge to sing Open Your Heart as Toad. But man, I have to talk about episode 2. Speaking of which, fuck you, fuck, you're not better than episode 1, fuck you, and by the way, fuck you.
We are the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 demons.
Yeah! That's what we are!
What? No, I don't need this crap anymore. Both of you are horrible games and I will destroy you both.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, what he said!
Wait, this is my coma. I should just blast good music. Take this.
Yeah! Ah!
How did you find one of our pet peeves?
Yeah, how?
Because you just said it.
Oh, well, either way, your good music can't beat us. It just bugs us. You know you can't defeat us, even with better music. Especially episode 2.
Yeah, I'm overrated as hell!
Wait. If this is the worst Sonic game, what's the best Sonic game? Wait, I got it! Yeah.
No way, I can't believe this!
Yeah, I can't believe it!
Sonic CD, jump scare them!
No!
Yeah, no!
It seems like you suffered enough in this coma. Oh wait, I forgot something. What the f*** are you doing back here?
I forgot this copy of Garfield card for Nintendo Switch.
You know it doesn't work that way, right? Joke's on my conscience. It did work! Well, with that, that's all that Sonic the Hedgehog 4 has to offer. I don't like this game. And episode 2 is not better than episode 1 in any way. Both of these games control absolutely horribly. You can't roll down slopes for some reason. It takes forever for Sonic to build up speed without a spin dash in episode 1. And episode 2 requires a bunch of crappy Tails gimmicks that feels like it should have been in Sonic Heroes. So they should have just added Knuckles to this game to make things a little bit more, you know, sensical, I guess. The bosses are either rip-offs of previous bosses or are just flat out boring. The music makes my ears bleed, literally, and plus as well, both of these episodes came out at a time when there was just nothing but 2D platformers thanks to companies like Nintendo. So, that's why I think that Sonic the Hedgehog 4, both episode 1 and 2, tied together, is the worst video game ever created. So with that, that was the hell that is Sonic 4. And hey, I'm out of my coma now. And look, all of the stuff that's new to my collection magically appeared here from my coma. Just like this copy of Garfield card on Switch. But man, one thing I never want to hear again is those horrible fake Genesis sounding songs.
can't find grass anywhere. This truly is the winter impossible. See what I did there? I said the name of the video. I'm just so good at breaking the fourth wall.
Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Data Genzi himself. Well, have you ever tried to decide between bread and bagels? They are both pretty jamming foods, but I'm only hungry enough for one. One you can only legally have peanut butter on, and the other one you can only legally have cream cheese on. And with that was Mario Kart Super Circuit. I personally think that it's good enough for what it is. You can definitely get by if this is the only Mario Kart you own. Now, does Mario Kart Super Circuit deserve a 93 on Metacritic against Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's 92 on Metacritic? Fuck no! Oh, hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm your host, Data Genzi himself, and you know what? I don't feel like talking about anything this week. So you know what? I'm gonna get my rhythm game guy to talk about something this week. But hopefully he doesn't choose a game that'll make me piss my pants. Oh, bitch.
The next one. Hey, wait.
Granddad! Holy crap, Granddad! Damn! Joel and Silver gonna please take all of my money! Damn!
I'm so angry right now, I just have the sudden urge to do a toe cover of Open Your Heart for Sonic Adventure. But you know what? Maybe I just need to calm down here. That didn't help at all. You know what? I will be doing a toe cover of Open Your Heart from Sonic Adventure right now!
It's such a bad time! Carol with the dark creatures, your clouds floating here. People want for shelter. What's gonna happen to us? All the sets we take, all the moves we make, all the things they. I see the chaos for everyone. Who are we? What can we do? You and I are the same in the way that we have our own styles that we won't change. Yours filled with evil and mine's not. There is no way I can lose. Can't hold on much longer. I will never let go. I know it's a one-way track. Tell me how long does it last? I'm not gonna think this way. Don't will I count on others? Close my eyes and feel it burn. Now I see what I'm gonna do. Open your heart and you
Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm Yosio did Gen Z himself, and want to know the best part about Sonic Origins? The fact you can turn off the music! Finally, Sonic 3 Knuckles sounds great once again. Now before I talk about the video game company I absolutely ride for, it's time to talk about the other video game companies that used to make video game consoles. First, I think Sega's gonna make a Genesis Mini 3, which is gonna look like the actual original Genesis 3, which just makes it kind of pointless to buy. Plus, there's gonna be no Sonic 3 with Michael Jackson soundtrack. And now that I think of it, I don't think there's gonna be a single mainline Sonic game on there. They still want to get sales for Sonic Origins, and as well I think there's gonna be 30 Atari Mini consoles this generation. Well, now that I exposed all the reasons why I love Nintendo so much, I might as well show you all what my morning routine looks like. Versus Boo? Nah. Hell no. Perfect. You'll show everyone that you're the greatest Nintendo talker of all times. You'll show those damn Sony fans that you do a better job at sucking up to your favorite video game company. Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. I'm Yosio Theater Gen Z himself. Here I thought that Nintendo would have never made a sequel to the Switch, but now that I think of it, Nintendo sort of has a history with making a sequel to every console they've ever made. Well, almost every console. Pre-warning, I'm not going to be talking about everything this Direct has to offer, I'm only going to be talking about the stuff that I personally think is cool. And if I were to mention everything this Direct has, here's what it would have looked like. Oh, a new Demon X Machina game? I can't wait to forget about this series for another generation. Console modding. I happen to have a few modded consoles around my collection. My 3DS, Wii, Wii U, and my Sega Genesis Mini. For now, I'm only going to be taking a dive into my modded Wii and Wii U, as currently this dumbass doesn't have a 3DS capture card, and my modded Genesis Mini is just a Genesis Mini, but it has Sonic 3D Blast and more now. Maybe if I revisit this topic in the future, I'll talk about these consoles, and hell, maybe even have more modded consoles by then. Well, let's start off with the Wii, shall we? Probably the most well-known console to mod, and modding your Wii has a lot of benefits, and from what I see, not a single downside minus the, oh, you have a chance of breaking your console when you mod it. But one of my favorite parts of having a Wii modded is the fact you can listen to this banger. Well, with that was the first round of modded consoles I'm going to be showing off for right now. But now, it's time to mod the Nintendo Switch! Holy shit! I did it! I finally did it! That was absurdly complex for no reason! Hey guys, welcome to the WAG Station. Ooh. So what if I rebranded? This is a free country after all. Yeah, so I'm emulating Knuckles Chaotix. It is a free country after all. But yeah, Knuckles Chaotix just really makes me want to own an actual 32X for no given reason. I just really like wasting my money like that. Well, that was Knuckles Chaotix. Overall, it's actually a pretty great game. It can be jank in some cases, but it's actually surprisingly tolerable. It could be that good old obscure Sonic game moment where, oh, it's obscure, so it's the greatest game of all times. Just like how Sonic CD used to be before it became more available and people started developing different opinions on it. But I feel like if Sega maybe touches up some of the weird jankiness in a remaster, I feel like this could be considered the greatest Sonic spin-off of all times. Now I highly suggest everyone to play this game, but don't take my word for it. Please, seriously, do not.
Knuckles Chaotix is a strange Sonic game. It tends to be left out of the conversation when discussing the classic titles. I mean, they released this game on a console that looks like a shoe. Like, what did you expect? Chaotix is yet to be re-released or included in any of those Sonic game collections, but at least they gave us Sonic Labyrinth. What the fuck is this? There is a steep learning curve to the way this game is played, and the way you access levels doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I think Knuckles Chaotix is definitely one of Sonic's better games. It's got Dancing Vector, I mean, just look at him go!
Well, would you look at that? Not only did I finally talk about my one guilty pleasure in gaming, someone backed up my opinion, I'm wearing a sweater open like this now because it is a free country after all, and I finally took a look at every single Sonic game from the Genesis era.
Absolutely f***ing not.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg with bad video game ports. There's tons that I haven't mentioned. Like, for example, there's lots and lots more arcade ports on the Atari 2600 I never even mentioned that are bad. Mother 1 Plus 2 has an extremely horrible soundtrack compared to what Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings should be. How could you fail on 8-bit soundtracks with Earthbound Beginnings, by the way? And of course, truly, the worst video game port of all time.
But what if I were to purchase my own cooking and disguise it as fast food? Ho 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 ho! Delightfully devilish.
But honestly, I feel like I'm gonna regret this decision here. I'm giving this category to Sonic CD. So Sonic CD won, and that's honestly pretty surprising because I'm mostly biased towards Sonic 2, as Sonic 2 was my first Sonic game ever. I explained that in my Sonic 2 review video. But any last words on this matchup for me? God, I regret doing that. Next we got Mario's Crotch Zone. Of course, this is the zone where you're able to access Mario's crotch, and also the level that takes place in Mario's crotch is just themed around balls. Rated E for everyone. Blech, what the f is this? Duh, it's Sonic Spinball. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog spin-offs were bound to happen after the success of Sonic 1 and 2, and Sonic Spinball happens to be just that. Something to put out on the Genesis, as Sonic CD was being worked on, but only exclusive to the Sega CD add-on for the Genesis. So starting off in Toxic Caves, which is the stage that looks like Robotnik's plumbing. Now why is it all toxic? Grand! And with that, here's the score. So yeah, the North American soundtrack won. Sure, it's pretty controversial in most cases, but this soundtrack is absolutely underrated. And once again, I'm tired of people writing the Japanese soundtrack just because it has a sample. So the Nintendo Switch lasted for a total of 8 years and was Nintendo's longest running console of all times. And could be one of the longest running consoles of all times in general. So I think it's fair enough to say, goodbye Nintendo Switch. But if it wasn't for the Switch, I surprisingly wouldn't be here where I am today, for better for worse. But hey, I don't have to be so emotional about detaching from this console, because I won't. Here's what happened. So, the Switch 2 pre-orders are sold out, but I still have money burning a hole in my pocket, so what am I gonna waste my money on instead? Yeah, this is definitely not one of my finest moments. Everyone has their favorite puzzle game. Mine so happens to be Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. But you might be like, that's just Puyo Puyo, but with a Dr. Robotnik spin on it. The gameplay is pretty simple to understand, but pretty hard to master. All you have to do is match 4 Puyos of the same color, or I guess in this game's case, beans. And with that, our final stuff that we have here, because I am such a Scott the Woz fanboy, I got 4 copies of Madden away. I don't even own a PS3. And I just have that version of Madden away. So, here we go. How could I completely forget about Yoshi's Island? Or I guess I didn't originally. If you know, you know. Yoshi's Island, or Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which is technically a Mario game. No, it's not. It did the same thing with Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land and became its own thing. But anyways, hey, welcome to this video. I'm your host, the outdated Gen Z himself. So the Super Mario Advance series, am I right? This is a series of classic Mario game remasters made for the Game Boy Advance. So let's just check them out right here, right now. So let's just go in order here, starting with the first Super Mario Advance game, which is a remaster of Super Mario Bros. 2. Hey, welcome to this video. I'm your host, the outdated Gen Z himself, and well, it's time. Most of you may not know, but I'm about to pull out an ancient relic from this series' history. The crappy racing game box. So today I'm gonna be talking about, the same damn thing I talked about when I started this game. So Sonicar, you don't deserve to be in the crappy racing game box anymore. You're gonna go where the rest of my loose discs go. So that was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Like I said, I love this Smash game. Does the actual fighting suck? Yes, it definitely does. But everything else around it is just so good. So basically, in a nutshell, Smash Melee, goated gameplay. Smash Brawl, goated everything else. Smash 64, I don't really know. I guess it's goated because, it's the first in the series. So I guess now, to end it off, I hope you don't mind, I'm gonna go into full skip mode here. So I'm just gonna beat up Smash Melee to show that Brawl's actually a good game. I don't really know why now that I think of it, because I also think Melee's a pretty good game too. But, let's train up and do it.
Oh!